with a computer. You gotta play games. You can also work from time to time, but that is stupid, so sure. Greetings, welcome to another Deckard Games YouTube PC building thing. Today we are going to build a Windows 3.1 machine, because that's what I feel like doing. I've already built a 486 MS-DOS machine, a lot of Windows 98 machines, and I'm planning to build a Windows 95, which will be my Pentium one, which is already built, but with some newer parts like this Matrox Millennium card, Millennium, not Mystique, Matrox Mystique, but that is a different video. Today we are going to use these things that we have in here, starting with this motherboard, which is already in its tray. This is, well, this is something, model PA 2002. I don't know which brand this is. I will do some research while editing the video, but as you can see, it is a board which is a mother, so we are going to use it. We are also going to use a Pentium 100, because it is a Windows 3.1 machine, so we are off the 386, 486 era, and we are going Pentium because we can. We are also going to use 16 megabytes of RAM. It is some EDO RAM or EDO RAM, because it is. For storage, we are going to use this Samsung 6 gigabytes of hard drive, which is cool, and well, 6 gigabytes on DOS and Windows 3.1 is no, but we'll get into that later. We are also going to use for video card this brilliant S3 3064 V2 /DX, which is a video card. As you can see, S3 cards were all over the place back then. This is just a tiny one with all the modules populated with a total of 2 megabytes, a whopping 2 megabytes of video RAM. For sound, we are going to use this beast. I wanted to use this because it's big. This is a AWE32 plug-and-play, or AWE32 plug-and-play from 1995. I have a couple of AWE64s in also, but well, they are smaller. They are also the plug-and-play version. They are a little bit smaller, and I wanted to use something big, and the AWE32 has some great DOS compatibility. It has some bugs and stuff, but whatever. It is part of the experience. For optical media, we are going to use this 8-speed CD-ROM drive from Gold Star, which is now known as LG, from September of 1996. It is fully working, and I don't know why. I've opened it, I've cleaned the lens, I've lubed the cables and stuff, but the drawer refuses to go in until the end. It stays with a little gap, and you have to push it, you know, just give it a little push, because like in a movie, you just push it all over the place. So sure, it is working. So yeah. For aesthetics, because I don't like the CD-ROM drive in there so lonely, we are going to use this CD-home, which features 8 PCs inside. It is just a freaking drawer where you put your legit copies of stuff. I have prepared a bunch of CDs, as you can see, to use in this video, with a bunch of games that you just have to copy them to the hard drive, and that's it. All legit stuff, because I own the originals, and the others that I don't, they are abandonware, so sure. The first CD, as you can see, MS-DOS 7.1. Back to the 6 GB hard drive. If you install MS-DOS until the latest version, 6.22, well, you have 2 GB maximum on a hard drive. But then MS-DOS, which came with Windows Millennium, for example, they support larger drives. So we are going to use MS-DOS 7.1 made by CDU. I'll leave a link for WinWorld, I believe, one of the places where you can get that, and it's super easy to install. You just put it in there and you select what kind of sound card you have, what kind of video card you have and stuff like that, and it copies all the drivers and stuff. So yeah, super easy. And then we are going to install Windows 3.1. That way we will have all 6 GB available for games, and games and games and more games, because that's what you gotta do with a computer. You gotta play games. You can also work from time to time, but that is stupid. So sure, let's build ourselves a Windows 3.1 a Pentium gaming machine. So first order of business is to put our CPU in there. As like modern CPUs, we have a little thingy there, that lonely corner, which goes to the lonely corner on the CPU socket, and it just goes one way. So you push the lever, put it in, and close the lever. We can also address the RAM. It only goes in one way. It has this little cut on one side, not on the other. You just put it on an angle. You know what? We are going to push it until it clicks in place, and do the same to the other. And instead of putting in slot number 1, this is 0, 1, we are going to put it in slot number 2. An homage to modern PCs. Look at that. Dual channel RAM. because I say so. So next thing that we can do is to apply some thermal paste, something that I believe it wasn't a thing back then. I don't remember. This is stuck in there. I don't remember my old PCs having thermal paste. They just came with glued heatsinks. So that was it. Just put a little bit in the middle. And now we can put our CPU cooler in there, which is this guy. It only has a heatsink because the Pentium 1 doesn't really need a fan, but well, I feel a little bit better. I sleep again a little bit better with a fan in there, so I bought a noise blocker fan because of the sound of silence, and stuck it in there, so it won't overheat, hopefully. So yeah, just put it in there, one side, clip it on the other. Ta-da! Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Look at that Pentium 1 with a heatsink and a modern noise blocker fan, which I think is cool because it's blue Intel stuff. So yeah, jumpers on the motherboard are configured. Our FSB and multiplier, so we are running 66, so sure, 66 megahertz, which is cool, I guess. So it's done. All the motherboard stuff is done. That's it. We don't have anything else to do. So we suppose, because we can start putting things into our PC case. For a PC case, we are going to use this case for PCs, which already has a 3.5-inch floppy disk drive in there, our power supply also, and well, it has a megahertz LED thing, which doesn't say the megahertz, it says high and low, which is cool anyway, because we have a Pentium, so sure. Reset and turbo button, although I've checked and the motherboard doesn't have a turbo option, but screw it, we will leave it on all the time. And of course it has a, look at that, just hear it, a chunky power button, because the chunkier the better. So I don't know if that's a word, but sure, whatever. So we can start by putting our motherboard into place, which, if you remember correctly, already was in its motherboard tray. Motherboard into place. The back of the board goes to the back of the case, obviously. That makes sense. And we just put it in there. Look at that. Isn't that easy? I suppose we should screw it in place. Don't really know what the heck. Tatoes? Give me some potatoes. August 8th of 97, which is a nice year, I suppose. Fastest motherboard installation ever. Look at that. Things are coming together. So I had to turn the light on. Apologies for the halo over there in my giant monitor, but sure, whatever. So what else can we do? I suppose we can put our humongous hard disk drive in here, which will go in something like this, yeah, because it's banging against the front I/O. Next, sure, optical media, our LG CD-ROM drive will go in here. I will screw all things from the other side later. Let me check if this is in place. I suppose it is. Another screw, crossed screws. If you're one of those who used all 8 screws, 4 on this side, 4 on the other, in the past, you are a weirdo. 2 is enough. And our magnificent 90s CD-home drawer, CD-home, which homes 8 CDs, because it's the 90s, man. You gotta take care of your CDs, those precious games. And like the other, we secure it in place. Oh yes, lovely. Lovely, lovely. So, I suppose we can, let me pull my chair. We can start plugging in some cables, like our power supply motherboard cable. There I am again, trying to cable manage things in a 90s PC. So, this is not ATX, this is your standard AT power supply. How does this go? Simple, black goes to black, and you just plug it in there, so sure. One and two. So that takes care of that. We have a PS2 port, which is something truly amazing for that time, that we are going to plug in there. You won't be able to see it, but I am plugging it in. We also have a printer port, our COM ports also. One goes in here. So right now we are just connecting some I/O, and finally our printer port. So this is to the other side. So pin 1 is on the left. So pin 1 is the red stripe thingy, which in this case is to the left. Look at that. It's starting to look like the 90s. We'll probably cable manage that. Before I forget, we have a CPU fan to plug in there. So it's down here. There we are. Fan is connected. This is coming quite nicely. I suppose we can plug some IDE cables. So this is our floppy disk drive cable. Again, pin 1 is to the left, the red stripe thingy. This motherboard is nicely labeled, which is cool. I appreciate that. So maybe, sure, from this side, I don't know, this goes in like this. Into our floppy disk drive. Cable management is perfect, as always. Now, IDE cable, primary IDE is the right one, and pin 1 is oh, it's on the bottom, so sure. This goes in here. You probably can't see crap, but sure. This goes in here. Directly to our CD-ROM drive. And then to our hard drive. There you go. It is perfect. Time to power things on. So this can go in here. And holy crap, this, here, let's unplug this one, pass it through here, plug it here, there you go, and back to the floppy disk drive. So, and like so. Perfect. Cable management is absolutely in 90s. Now we can put some cards in there. Let's put our humongous AWE32 in place. As always, I put my sound cards at the very bottom. Don't really know why. It was always like this, but sure. Maybe because it's big. Doesn't matter. There you go. Look at the size of our video card. Not a GPU. This is not a GPU. Very important. This is a video card. Look at the size of this. So ISA cards face up, PCI cards face down. So this one goes in here. Absolutely perfect. There you go. Now the only thing left to do, or the two things left to do, is to screw all this stuff from the other side, which I'm not going to bother you with, and plug the front I/O thing, which is always a good thing to do. I hate it, but sure, it needs to be done. And I think we are good to go. So yeah, I will plug these and well, plug this into a monitor and keyboard and some speakers and see if it works or not, because look at that. I think it is lovely. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at the front, man. It has this Pentium sticker in here and stuff. It matches the color over here. I really enjoy this striped logo thing. I don't know, man. It's lovely. Is this working? Yes, it is. Ah, man. The 90s. So we will be back. Hey, and we are back with our machine. Plug and connected. Look at that. Look at this building with the CD-ROM 8 pieces in there and whatnot, chunky power button. Well, everything is okay to give it a go, so let me plug my monitor. Oh yes, look at those lights. Turbo is on, hard drive activity LED is working, and we have a boot, so I think it is working. Just going through some BIOS stuff, and we are going to install DOS, MS-DOS. I was going to say Windows. We are also going to install Windows 3.1, but before that we are going to install DOS, the 7.1 version from CDU, something like that, because why not? It is DOS, and it is super easy to install. You just put your CD in there and install it, and it copies your CD-ROM drivers and Sound Blaster drivers, also mouse drivers and stuff like that. I don't know. It is a cool installation package, so sure. By YouTube magic, we are going to quickly install DOS 7.1 and Windows 3.1. Let me know if you want to see a video showing you how to install DOS and Windows, because I'll do it. I don't have anything else to do, so why not? YouTube magic. PC is booting. There we go, my Pentium 100 megahertz. Let me plug my speakers, or power on my speakers. Ah, yes. Sound Blaster is detected, and look at that. Starting MS-DOS 7.1 and all its beautiful crap. And there you have it. DOS is up and running. Look at that. We have 4 gigabytes of free space and games. Sure, let's list this by alphabetical order. Ah, man. Look at all these games. Ah, I wish I had all these games back then, but sure. And yes, we can type in Win and Windows 3.1. Yes, you heard it right. Windows 3.1 with our Sound Blaster configured. Not only our Sound Blaster, but also our S3 Trio. In this case, it is running at 800 by 600, which is awesome. So, yeah, Windows is up and running. Oops, wrong drive. Ah, man, look at these games. Look at all these little yellow folders. One can do in Windows 3.1, but well, it is here, so I guess that's the thing. I don't know. We can write some stuff because we can. Look at that. I just wrote stuff because stuff is cool. No, I do not want to save it. We have Paint. Look at that. Ah, man. The memories. And yes, I did use Windows 3.1 back in high school, so I guess that's a thing. And later we upgraded to Windows 98. I believe we skipped Windows 95, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I had some experiences with Windows 3.1. Again, not much that you can do. You can launch games. You can use it as a file explorer only and launch some games. But sure, look at that. Our Sound Blaster software is installed, but we are let us what the crap. Let us exit Windows. Ah, yes. And of course, we gotta play some games. Look at all these games, man. 150 directories. Oh man, that's what you gotta do. So yeah, it is up and running. Turbo button is working. Look at that, it says low and high, low. Again, it doesn't do anything because the motherboard doesn't have a turbo option, but I don't know, it is working. So I can look it at low or high. So sure, you know what time it is. It is time to play the game.
Okay, we'll spread out commando style. Laverne, you go secure the area behind those double doors. Hoagie, you take care of upstairs reconnaissance. I'll maintain Command HQ here, in the lobby.
What are we looking for?
We've got to find where Dr. Fred is holding the tentacles.
This better not take too long. I've got an anatomy final tomorrow.
And I've got a show to set up later tonight. If I'm late, I don't get to test the drums.
If I know Dr. Fred, he's got the tentacles tied up in his secret lab. Question is, where's his secret lab?
Let's rock. Damn, those alien bastards in the paper shooting up my Groovy.
menu. Main menu. Options menu. Main menu. Options menu. Main menu. Options menu.
Ah, this is amazing.
Main menu.
Throw down your
Code
weapon.
red. Unauthorized entry.
I didn't ask for the...
Let's kill the innocent. And there you have it, another video on another PC build, this time a Socket 7 MS-DOS and Windows 3.1 machine, and I don't know, it's absolutely beautiful. The well, the cover is too white, but well, it is what it is. A Pentium 100, which can play, as you can see, a lot of games. So if you like this video, subscribe to the channel and leave a like in this one, because I appreciate your likes. I think that came wrong. If you like this video, leave it a like and subscribe to the channel. I think that's it. It's something like that. The buttons down here. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because your support is always and very much appreciated. Check out all the other videos that I have here on the channel, building a 486 machine, a Pentium MMX machine, Windows XP machines, and machines of machines, because machines. So yeah, machines as always. Thank you very much for watching this thing that you just did, and until my next video, please do take care. Let's speed run.